Good morning, Derek. Good morning, my good friend, Sir D. Okay, I'm looking for the music, Maestro. Let's get that music going. Good morning, peeps. How's everyone doing today? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pacers and Exception. Justin, good morning, La Fleur. Mel, I know what G2 stands for now. Grand Rising. Derek and Nerdy and Uzi. Good morning, Uzi. Big Mike, if you lost your iPod, are you using a laptop today? Good morning, Wizzy Waz. And Miss Laura. Laura, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Justin, it's a really beautiful day here as well. Okay, so he's not using an iPod, he's using an Android. Gotcha. I can't agree with you more, Pacer. It's a beautiful morning. Okay, Nerdy, you be right back. I mean, are you burping? What? Wait a minute. You burped? No, you're going to be right back. Okay. I'm so behind the times on your kids when you guys use just letters to say something. I remember I didn't know what LMAO was. Oh, how fun, Laura. I bet you guys, the family's gonna look beautiful. Brandon, so Laura's little sister's getting married. No, Uzi, it doesn't work. There's no tolerance. You're not gonna build up a tolerance against one from the other. So the answer is no. You can definitely do one and the other, and you won't lose efficacy. So the answer is no. Good morning, Kitty Catzilla. Meow. Good morning. Yeah. Pacers is your example. Pacer says you can handle it. Good morning, Miss Sanum. Good morning, Sue Little. Good morning. Good morning. 24 people, 14 likes. Are some of you forgetting to hit the like button? They are not chemically similar. However, they'll work in some of the same areas of the brain. But nothing to do with the chemicals are the same. Completely different molecular structures. And a week apart should be no problem, Uzi. There's our Kim. Kim, how was the stargazing last night? How was the stargazing? Give us a quick update. Good morning. First thing Sanum does is hits the like button. That should be like almost a mechanical response. Sanum saw Saturn last night. Star party. Is that what you guys call it? That's cute. Kim had a fleeky star party. Good morning. I was thinking of you yesterday after we got off the streaming thing, Kim, and I thought to myself, if I had an astronomy teacher like you when I was in college, I probably would have liked the class. Sanum, you were there? Sanum was there? How cute. I know you two are good friends. If not, I think you're even Related through family. Okay, Billy D, we got you. Good morning, Jesus Christ. I was up and down the ladder for half the night. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought I remembered, Sanum. So I wouldn't even say X anymore. I would just say you're just still sisters. Special sisters. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Danster. Yeah, I would look at Sanum and Kim and say they're special sisters, friend sisters. Kim, because she's an international kindness ambassador, says Sanum will always be family. Good job for the two of you. You guys are reminding me of my sisters right now. My sisters are extremely close. The two of them. The third one is, like I've told you guys a couple of times before, pretty removed from the family. Good morning, Anthony T. Good morning to all. 34 people, 26 likes. 34 and 27. Good morning, Mela. Good morning, Herbie Von Werby Kabop. Good morning. Kim, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Good morning, Summer. Hi, Queenie. Well, if you ask me, Sanum, you're both a couple of stars. Good morning, Street Doll. I see my streetster. Good morning. Queenie, how's the crops? It's getting to that time of year where it's almost ready to do some harvesting. No, I mean it, Sanum. You guys are sweet girls. Good morning to the Gypsy and Preston. Good morning. They're a couple of road dogs, Gypsy and Preston. Living a pretty adventurous life. I love it. Good for you guys. That's what I figured, Queenie. It should be just about time. Mike Butterball, good morning. Good morning. Love seeing you guys say good morning to each other here. Good, special good morning. I have a story to tell you guys as soon as we have a couple more people here. I'm going to turn the camera around and it'll be pop confession time. I have to do a pop confession. Good morning, Tony. Nice to see you. Thank you. If I'm not number 1, I'm number 44. That was my old racing number on my car. Number 44. Good morning. There's Brandon. Classic. Good morning, the Classic. Derek Anderson. He's glitching. So's Nerdy. What's going on out there? Yeah, Sue, I got a confession to make. Confessional Thursday. Good morning, teams. Okay, I think I'm 35 and 35. That's good enough for me. Let's turn this thing around. Wait a minute. Let's do that first, and then do this, and then do that. Okay. Nerdy, I know what OS means. That means operating system. That's what that means, operating system. Boy, Pops is getting really internet savvy. Oh, I'm savvy. Savvy as can be. I remember when I didn't even know what FOMO meant. FOMO. There's so many of those out there you guys use. I'm still catching up. Cleaning has an outdated OS. That means operating system. And before we get too far into it today, I just want to thank Kim again for being our volunteer rabbit, sometimes known as a lab rat. Thank you, Corey. So are you. Kim was our lab rat yesterday, and I'm giving Kim a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 on how good she did. And I'm giving our technical department over here a 6.5. We're going to work on the technical end for next time. But do you guys, do you want us to do it again next Wednesday? Give me 5 people that want to do it again next Wednesday. I'm number 1, so I only need 4 more. Let's do something. Let's have people again next Wednesday. I think Bubblegum and Justin and Sue Little and Jips. That's good enough for me. Next Wednesday, 9:30, we'll have another co-host. Okay? And we'll keep figuring this business out. Kim, you did great, and we appreciate you. Thank you. So we need a volunteer. I need a volunteer host for next week. Do we have any nominations or volunteers? Good morning, sick dog. We tried to get Connie the Carnivorton, but he's working and cheating by watching us from work. So who's going to host next week? Who is going to host next week? HB's volunteering. That'll work. We'd love to see HB here. HB, it'll be you. We'll be catching a Straighty pretty soon and some few others. We know we want to see Derek Anderson. We know we want to see Herbie. Okay, but I think it would be great to see HB. Give me 5 people that want to see HB next week. HB means headbanger. Okay, HB, you're in. Okay? Wait till the time you guys have Nerdy here. You guys will never see a bigger smile in your life, but we have to wait till he fixes his OS. Okay, HB has a great topic. Perfect, HB. You are tapped. Boop. Tap him right on top of the head. Has Pop ever told you guys about not making assumptions / having expectations? Have I ever mentioned that to you guys before? Just asking. Have I ever mentioned that? I think we know the answer. And have I ever also said don't take things personal? I think we know the answer to that one too. Just once or twice, right, Bubby? Streety's like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, I sit here and I tell you guys about it. And then I go and do it. And I created my own little spin cycle, pain cycle. I created it out of nothing. I manifested it. I manifested pain on myself and probably pain on another person. Yep, I did it, Justin. I did it. I sit here, and it's been a little while since I wounded myself, inflicted my own wound. It took me, I'm still wishing I hadn't. When was it? Last Friday-ish. I don't talk to my brother very much. I love my older brother immensely, but we're not very close, unfortunately. But we're two completely different people with two different perspectives, universal perspectives. Yeah, I deserve that at least, Streety. If not, you could even spank me later. Last Friday, I'm randoing, and I'm thinking, I haven't heard or talked or I haven't heard from my brother in a few months, 3 or 4 months. I think it'd been like since Father's Day. I think I sent him a text on Father's Day, and we texted each other Happy Father's Day. And Streety, would you let me be serious, please? So I text him, rando, and that's exactly what the text said. I go, hey T, rando, I love you. Click, I was done. That started out pretty good. It's like, yeah, that was nice of you, Pops, to rando your bro. Saturday, I checked my phone, no reply. Sunday, I'm looking at my phone, there's still no reply. Why am I checking my phone, you guys? Why would I be checking my phone for a reply? Help me out. Why couldn't I just send the text and forget about it? Why? Because I was violating the third agreement of making an assumption / having an expectation of a reply. So I'm already, over the weekend, I'm already in violation. I'm already in violation of the third agreement. I grew to expect a response from him. He didn't reply Saturday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, still no reply. But I'm still looking for a reply. On this dumb little rando that I was done out of the goodness of my heart. Beautiful intention. Just send a thing to my brother. What do I do Tuesday night? What do I do Tuesday night? Well, let me back up. On Friday, when I sent the rando to my brother, I also sent one to my sister, who's estranged from the family, who I haven't seen or talked to in over 10 years. She's cut us off. She's cut us off with the rest of the family for her personal reasons, which are bogey. I'd also sent her a message. I don't even have her phone number. Okay? I don't even have her phone number. But I texted her too. And the way I did is she and her husband have a remodeling business with a website. So I'm going to be slick, and I'm going to go on the website, and I'm going to find the phone number to their company. And I texted my message to my sister off of that phone number. So I've sent off 2 texts Friday to my fam. My other 2 sisters I talk to almost every single day, so it's no big deal. Anyways, I've sent this one off to my sister. Let me be honest with you. I had no expectations from my sister to reply. She hasn't replied in over 10 years. Why would she reply now? So I'm sitting here with 2 texts out there. One that I sent, and I don't think about it again. And by the way, she hasn't replied. The second text was to my brother, and I'm checking my phone. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Give me a second, I'm going to pull up my truth monitor here. So Tuesday night at 8:18 p.m. I guess it had been bugging me for a while, huh, you guys? Tuesday night at 8:18, I sent him a message. Follow-up. Quote. I write, I sent my sister's name. I sent so-and-so a message the same day as I sent you a message. You both responded the same. Peace, bro. That was my message. Completely unnecessary. Completely passive-aggressive. Not just a little bit out of line. Within 3 minutes, I get a reply. Now, mind you, this sister hasn't talked to any of us in over 10 years. I get a reply within 3 minutes. And the reply from him was, how is she doing? He was wondering how the other sister that I had sent a message to was doing. But he didn't address the message that I sent him. So I get even creepier. I reply, message her. Glad you care about someone. I'm sitting there bubbling, a little fumey, because he cared about her, but he didn't care enough, quote unquote, in my brain, to reply to me. Nothing I did in that situation was correct, you guys. Message her. Very poisonous, Harvey. Instead of just saying she didn't reply, I have to go and shove it in his face that he didn't reply. But you reply, but you care about her, but you don't care about me. Sensitivo. Streety, I'm telling this because I have to get it off my chest because it's caused pain for me. And I want to be an example to you guys. I don't want you guys to think that I don't make these stupid mistakes and get lessons and learn. So I reply, message her. Well, do you think my brother's going to appreciate that? No. No, I know I'm human. That isn't my point here. My point is, I want to show you guys how easy it is to take things personal, have expectations, have assumptions, and start creating pain. You start creating pain. And I want you guys to know that I did it. When I sit here and I tell you guys, I don't do it much anymore. I'm getting better at it. But I'm learning lessons too. He writes me back. I love all my brothers and sisters, even the ones that ghost me. Now I'm feeling he's lumped me in with the sister that's estranged, and he's comparing, he's put me in the same basket. Pissed is where I go. I'm not that sister, I'm thinking in my head. I'm not like her. We have a couple more texts back and forth. At the very end of it, at this point, he's accusing me, quote unquote, of ghosting him. And I'm like, how can I be the ghoster if I'm the one that sent you a message? If I'm the one that sent you a message at Father's Day and it took you 24 hours to reply. Now I'm keeping his inventory. Instead of just respecting his perspective, he's lumped me in with the sister that has hurt a lot of us in our family. And I'm like, you don't get it, bro. I didn't say this to him. But I'm thinking, you don't get it. I was the one that wrote to you. And you ghosted me for 4 days. It's a very bad thing to do, Woz, is to text these kind of things. Because it could get so misread and misunderstood by both parties. Here it started out on Friday. I was trying to do a kind, wonderful thing. And by Tuesday evening, I've started a fight with my brother, who I love dearly, who I did not mean for this to happen. And we're going to be seeing each other at Thanksgiving at my other sister's house. His last message to me in this thing is, because I get to a point, I said, I've always been proud of your accomplishment. I never failed to express that. And then I say, I love you. He writes back, I love you too. Which was nice. And then he says, now can you please ghost me until I see you at our sister's at Thanksgiving? He's not practicing the 4 agreements because he's in his own practices. But now he tells me to leave him alone until I see him. And I wrote back, okay, if that's what you want. And we left it at that. And I went to bed in extreme pain. I know this sounds so minor. It really does. It's really, no, you guys are right. No, you guys are right. It's something that will work out at Thanksgiving. But that's what Kim just said. It's important to remember that not everybody is working on the 4 agreements. And now I've gone and I've had an assumption that he would reply to me. I've had expectations. I've taken it personal. He's taken it personal. Word like this, the exact opposite. No, this is minor, Gypsy. This is not a life-shattering event. It's an example of my continuing to learn the lessons that I need. But I caused the pain. My other sister writes to me yesterday. And she says, did you and Tim text each other yesterday? They're closer. The sister and the brother. They're much closer. They actually talk on the phone. And she says to me, is this okay that I'm sharing it with you guys? Is this all right with you guys? She writes to me, oh, Freddie, family dynamics are pretty crazy. She writes to me, Actually, she says, she asked me if I had texted him. Well, she knew darn good and well I had. And I wrote back, I go, yeah, it was a good intention gone awry. I handled myself poorly. And I sent her a copy of the texts between the two of us so she could see what I had done. And she writes back, he told me he was super busy, which he is, because he's remodeling a home in Arizona, etc., etc. And he saw your text. And he thought it was really sweet. And he was ready to answer it the next day. Until he got the text you sent him. So if I'd have just waited another 24 hours, all of this would have gone away. We go on to talk about how I can do better in the future. And I will. But yeah, now I created that situation. And I'll have to I'm making my amends. But I can't make them yet because I can't wait. You know, he's asked me not to deal with them until we see each other at Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving will be, I'll be eating a little turkey. A little crow with my turkey. Yeah. And Joe, you got a good point there. Next time I should just give him a call. But I wanted you guys to know that story. Number one, I confess to you guys here because I did not sleep Tuesday night after that. It was that, I got that emotional about it internally. All day yesterday. I had a terrible day because I was looking at myself going, you know, you really didn't. You did, Pops. I wasn't barely even letting myself off the hook. And then thank goodness my sister reached out to me to say that they had talked and she did a little referee buffering, and here we sit. But Nipper, I'm honestly not beating myself up. I'm like extremely pleased to know, as I told my other sister, I'm still learning lessons. It doesn't sound like that big of a one, but with the guy that's trying to live clear, and I haven't really effed up like this in a while, where I got passive aggressive in my expectations and my assumptions, and then I took things personal and stuff like that. The cleaner you get, the more when you make one mistake, the more it hurts. So remember that. We got to practice what we preach. And I do. But I also make these, I sin against myself. I missed the mark. And I wanted you guys to hear that story. We'll carry on from there. Thank you, Michael. So anyways, guys, let's watch it. Now I can really say it. Let's watch it. The good intended text turned out to be, because I handled it wrong, I ended up causing situations, and now there's the buzz back and forth, and I have to get the other sister involved, and now I have to wait till Thanksgiving to finalize this thing. And that's good bubblegum. And I just, again, Wazzy, I need to say that mostly because I want you guys to understand, when I sit here in front of you, I'm not sitting in front of you as some guy that knows it all. I'm sitting here as a guy that goes through this stuff too. And it wasn't, in the scheme of the planet, of the universe, this is a very, very small thing. But it certainly caused pain. And I owned it, and I took responsibility for it, both to him and to the other sisters. And that's the best I can do till I can hug my brother in person. Okay, enough said on that story. It does, Kim. It's like you guys are like my confessional booth. You guys are the priest and I'm in the confessional booth. So, be careful. Don't deliberately inflict pain on yourself by having expectations and assumptions. And checking your phone 5 times or every day for a week. Thank you for listening. And one more time, I've probably taken this too long today. I apologize. Don't have expectations, Pops. And don't take things personal, Pops. Okay? I want to tell you guys about this. Oh, Michael, I definitely opened my closet. I definitely. Light kills the evil. Minor in the scope of big things, but major when you're doing everything you can to live impeccably. Okay? Let me read this article to you. Psychedelics are seen to boost creativity and leadership at work. Did you, Mr. Marmars? Then it was worth me to, if it was just helping one person like Mr. Marmars, it was worth my telling the truth. Okay? Well worth it. There's a new report by a Sydney-based research company called Fifth Quadrant. It examines the perceived benefits and usage of psychedelics in the workplace across Australia and the United States. Some of the key findings. The Cultural Insights into Contemporary Psychedelics report, launched by psychedelics advocate and author Dr. Catriona Wallace, is based on a survey of 1,500 participants, half from Australia and half from the US. The report reveals that 52%, I love these kind of articles because they have all the percentages in them. And I just want to share these with you. Okay? Excuse me. The report reveals that 52%, Michael Patterson, it's in my garage. My diorama is in my garage. It's under plastic cover and stuff like that, but I haven't done anything working with it since I've moved here. The report reveals that 52% of the respondents noted long-term improvements in company leadership attributed to psychedelic use. And 76% observed increased creativity. In addition, the research records a 63% net positive change in empathy and a 51% net positive change in decision-making capabilities among users. The study found that 34% of those surveyed had used a psychedelic or a hallucinogenic substance, with a further 7% considering potential use. Of those not interested, 30% cited personal beliefs and lifestyles. 22% pointed to a lack of interest. And 18% said they had safety concerns. So out of the 1,500 respondents, we had a group that didn't participate in the study. Well, they did, but they didn't take the psychedelics. They didn't take them for personal belief. They didn't take them because of a lack of interest, and they didn't take them for primary safety concerns. So there's a group that didn't participate in the psychedelic use of this study. The psychedelic preference and usage rates. Used by 48% of those who had taken the survey. An additional 19% expressed willingness to try MDMA. LSD was the second most cited, and psilocybin was the third most cited at 43%. Ketamine rounded out the top four with 22%. Despite reported interest, regular or occasional use remains comparatively low. Only 13% of those who had replied to the survey, only 13% were regular users or an occasional user. The occasional user for MDMA was 12%. The occasional user for psilocybin was 13%. The occasional user for LSD was 10%, and ketamine 7%. So we have people that are in the program, that are doing the study, and somewhere between 13 and 7% were occasional users. It wasn't the first time that they had ingested a psychedelic. But that still leaves 83% of these people that were respondents that had used the psychedelics. 83% were the first time users. Pretty good. We'll call those the non-recreational users. Among those non-recreational users, 60% cited improved work performance, and 55% pointed to stronger leadership skills. People who had never done it before but were going to try it and see how it worked. 60% said, man, that really helped my work performance. 55%, man, I feel like I'm a better leader. Creative enhancement, 67% of the users said I'd feel more creative. Never used before. 73% said that they had increased personal development. The survey also records that 52% of the non-recreational users reported lasting positive effects in self-awareness. Let me ask you guys a quick question, segue. Did Pops just exhibit to you guys self-awareness about the way he did not handle things well from Friday to Tuesday? That's self-awareness. Can tell you that I wouldn't have been that aware 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I'd have just sat around pissed and maybe turned it into a bigger fight. Am I right, Neff? You talk about a guy that has increased self-awareness. I can give myself an A in that category. 52% report positive effects in self-awareness, a quality linked to individual growth and effectiveness in the workplace. Right, Sue? Perceptions of improved decision-making, positive relationships, and greater empathy were frequently mentioned, with 46% of respondents saying psychedelics had contributed to better collaboration and communication at work. No, Eddie, I'm not. Additionally, 74% of the non-recreational users reported that psychedelic substances had enhanced creativity and innovation, particularly relevant in technology and the arts sectors. In a notable result, 41% of all survey respondents agree with the statement, no, this is going to be funny, this isn't politics, don't turn this into a political thing. But we do have a group that said, hey, 41% of them said, hey, if Donald Trump had taken some psychedelics, he would be a more inclusive leader. I'm not making any references to Donald. I'm not giving you my opinion. This is their opinion. Okay? 41% of them are saying, if we don't say Donald Trump, let's just say politicians in general. If those politicians would just do a little something psychedelic work, they would be more inclusive. Maybe there wouldn't be a government shutdown. Okay? Sam says we gotta dose every president. It should be a requirement. Congress, we swear you in and we dose you. Okay? Okay. Respondents also noted both parties should take a dose before a debate. That one cracked me up because that was just 41% of them just volunteered this. Okay. Kim wants him to have Congress communion. I can picture it now. Chuck Schumer. How you feeling, Chuck? Oh, gosh. I can't agree. I think they're right, though. Okay, I really think they're right. Respondents also noted potential personal and health-related benefits. 78% of non-recreational users cited physical health improvements. Okay, 81% mentioned potential mental health benefits. Okay? I'm still cracking it up. We should dose the politicians. Hell yeah. Okay. 64% reference. Now these are the non-recreational users. 64% referenced better connection with others as a motivator for usage. There was substantial support among respondents for integrating psychedelic substance into mainstream health care systems. The majority of them said we should use this in a mainstream healthcare system after trying it and having an experience and seeing how it helped them. 64% supported their use under professional supervision. 58% believed the pharmaceutical industry should be involved in developing and distributing psychedelic therapies. Legal restrictions were highlighted as the primary barrier to access by 53% respondents. High costs were an issue for 40%, and 33% noted the difficulties in finding qualified guides or practitioners as an impediment to usage. Dr. Wallace added, further exploration needs to be undertaken of the potential benefits that psychedelics can have both on personal performance and workplace relations. I urge Australia's medical sector and lawmakers to thoroughly assess the role these substances can potentially play in the future. The themes addressed in the research correlate with ideas explored in Dr. Wallace's forthcoming book, which discusses frameworks for modern leadership involving ancient rituals, altered states of consciousness, and technologies such as artificial intelligence. Phenomenal article, phenomenal results. What's our takeaway? Our takeaway? Dose the politicians. Increased leadership, increased awareness, increased empathy, increased creativity, increased connectivity. It's pretty beautiful. Don't doubt the miracle. That's what I can tell you. And again, hearkening back to my beginning story for today, I wouldn't be the person that could handle myself today. No, I mishandled that situation, to be aware and to be willing to do it different and to see my faults and to see how I fell into the dream of the world. And I'm glad to be back. It's over. I'm glad to be back. And I think the 4 agreements, I think the medicine, and I think my connectivity for the growth that I claim. Give me 5 people that like that. Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that like that. Thank you, Uzi. I'm looking for 5 people. Oh, I know, Mr. Marmars. I can't wait till the book comes out. Yeah. This is good stuff. We're finished with the 4 agreements, chapter by chapter. But there's a 6th chapter in the book about the 4 agreements. There you go, Justin. Nick, the book isn't out yet. Well, this book is, but the Dr. Wallace's book isn't out yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking for it. This one's called, oh, you're right, Wazzy. I haven't been fishing in a while. If I'd have just gone fishing Saturday, okay, I wouldn't have been checking my phone, okay? Thank you, Brian. This chapter is called Breaking Old Agreements. We'll get started. We won't come close to finishing this chapter today, but we're going to get started on it today. I want to break my old agreements. Okay, Nick. No, Powell, that's a map of the United States, but you see it in reverse because of the camera. Okay? Does anybody here want to break some of their old agreements? I've been breaking them, baby. I've been replacing them by the 4 and practicing. Sometimes not perfectly. You want to break some old agreements? Paulo, hello from Russia. There goes Jeremy. All maps are Jeremy's. Yep. See, the Earth is flat. Look at the map. Okay. Shatter the old agreements, Kim says. Don't just break them. Shatter them. Everyone talks about freedom. I'm on page 93. Everyone talks about freedom. Isn't it neat to have somebody from Russia here? That's beautiful. Hello, Russia. You're more than welcome. Everyone talks about freedom. All around the world, different people. Oh, Russia. Different races, different countries are fighting for freedom. But what is freedom? In America, we speak of living in a free country. But are we... Hello, Bunty. From India. Look at this. This is so perfect. You guys. But what is freedom? In America, we speak of living in a free country. But are we really free? Are we free to be who we really are? The answer is no. We are not free. True freedom has to do with the human spirit. It's the freedom to be who we really are. Who stops us from being free? We blame the government. We blame the weather. We blame our parents. We blame religion. We blame God. But who really stops us from being free? We stop ourselves. What does it really mean to be free? Sometimes we get married and we say we lose our freedom. Every bachelor party. Oh boy, you're gonna get the old ball and chain. They even make, for the party stores, they make that plastic ball and chain and they bring it to the bachelor party and they stick it on the bachelor's leg. And he has to, I've seen it a couple of times at a bachelor party, where they put the ball and chain on a guy's leg because he's getting married the next day. Wow, are we programming each other, or wait a minute? You talk about an agreement. We practically agree that when we're going to get married, we're going to lose our freedom. Justin loves my balls. I mean, who really stops us? Sometimes when we get married and we say we're going to lose our freedom, and then we get divorced and we still aren't free. What stops us? Why can't we be ourselves? We have memories of long ago when we used to be free. And we loved being free, but we have forgotten what freedom really means. If we see a child who is 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years old, we find a free human. Why is this human free? Because this human does whatever he or she wants to do. That human is still completely wild. Just like a flower, a tree, or an animal that has not been domesticated. Wild. And if we observe humans who are 2 years old, we find that most of the time these humans have a big smile on their face. and they're having fun. Terrible twos. They're pulling stuff out of the cupboard. They're having a ball. They're exploring the world. They're not afraid to play. They are afraid when they're hurt, when they're hungry, and when some of their needs aren't met. But they don't worry about the past. They don't care about the future. They live in the present moment. Very young children, good morning, mushmouth. Very young children are not afraid to express what they feel. They are so loving that if they perceive love, they melt into love. It could be a stranger's kid and you pick them up and hug them and do something on their cheek and they just melt into it. They're not afraid to love at all. That is the description of a normal human being. As children, we're not afraid of the future or ashamed of the past. Our normal human tendency from birth is to enjoy life, to play, to explore, to be happy, and to love. But what happened with the adult human? What happened to us? Oh, what the heck happened? Why aren't we wild anymore? Why are we so different? From the point of view of the victim, we can say that something sad happened to us. And from the point of view of the warrior, we can say that whatever did happen to us is normal. Warriors aren't victims. They look at it and go, that's normal. That's what the world did to us. What has happened is that we have the world's agreements. We have the big judge. And we have the victim who rule our lives. We're no longer free because the judge and the victim and the world's belief system doesn't allow us to be who we really are. Once our minds have been programmed with all that garbage, we are no longer happy. Bree, I'm reading from a book called The Four Agreements. The chain of training from human to human, from generation to generation, is perfectly normal in human society. You don't need to blame your parents for teaching you to be like them. What else could they teach you? Except what they know. They did their best. And if they abused you, it was because of their own domestication, their own beliefs, their own fears. They had no control over the programming they received. So they couldn't have behaved differently. That's where I left my dad off the hook. He couldn't have known any better. He was a product of his own domestication. So he domesticated his children accordingly. Can you imagine a father that sees an extraordinary child and the child's starting to feel real good about themselves? They've had an accomplishment or two, and they're, well, man, I'm feeling good. 8, 9, 10 years old. And that father looks at the kid and says, you think you're hot shit on a silver platter, but you're nothing but a cold turd in a Dixie cup. My father said that to me more than once, especially when he saw myself getting full of myself. Oh, I gotta cut that kid down to size. Here I am, 67 years old, and I still remember the saying. Tortured into my soul. Tortured into my soul. Like a branding iron. Turns out his dad said it to him. Turns out that's how his dad talked to him. They had no control over the programming they received. So he couldn't have behaved any differently. He didn't know any better. Now, as a child, I didn't know that. I just experienced the brand. I experienced it. And by the time I'm 30 years old, I'm a stone cold cocaine addict. I agree, Sue. He was probably had it even tougher than his dad was, probably even meaner. There's no need to blame your parents or anyone who abused you in your life, including yourself, your self-abuse. But it is time to stop the abuse. It's time to free yourself of the tyranny of the judge by changing the foundation of your agreements. It's time to be free from the role of the victim. The real you. The real you is still a little child who never grew up. I was still, last Friday, a little boy that needed my brother to tell me he loved me. Sometimes that little child comes out when you're having fun, or playing, or when you feel happy, when you're painting, or you're writing poetry, or you're playing in a piano, or you're expressing yourself in some way. You're in touch with your inner child. These are the happiest moments of your life. When the real you comes out. When you don't care about the past. And you don't care about the future. You're childlike. There's something that changes all of that. I get it, Michael. I did too. I made a vow and yet I didn't keep it very well. I gotta tell you, I was pretty damn hard on my son. Not so today, but growing up. There's something that changes all of that. We call them responsibilities. The judge says, wait a second, you're responsible. You have things to do. You have to work, and you have to go to school, and you have to earn a living. All these responsibilities come to mind. Derek, I get that. My dad did too. He did a lot of speaking with his hands. Our faces change and we become serious again. If you watch children, when they are playing an adult, you'll see their faces change just a little bit. Let's pretend I'm a lawyer, the child says, and his face gets serious. His face changes, and the adult face takes over. We go to court, and that is the face we see. And that is what we become. We are still children, but we've lost all our freedom. The freedom we're looking for is a freedom to be ourselves, to express ourselves. But if we look at our lives, we will see that most of the time, we do things just to please others, to be accepted by others, rather than living lives that are pleasing to ourselves. That is what happened to our freedom. And we see it in our society, and we see it in societies all around the world. That for every 1,000 people, 999 are completely domesticated. The worst part is, they're not even aware that they're not free. There's something inside of us that whispers to us we're not free. But we don't understand what it is and why we're not free. The problem is that most people live their lives and they never discover the judge, and they never discover the victim who's ruling their minds, and therefore they don't have a chance to be free. The first step towards freedom is awareness. We need to be aware that we're not free in order to be free. We need to be aware of what the problem is in order to solve the problem. Awareness. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Awareness. We're talking about the path to freedom. We'll pick this up tomorrow. But I said it again with that example I gave you guys this morning in my confession. Thank goodness for my awareness today. Thank goodness. Thank the universe. Thank the 4 agreements. Thanks some psychedelic work. Thank my community for increasing my awareness and my understanding the path to freedom. Give me 5 people that want to be more aware. Practicing the 4 agreements will get us more aware. Even when we fail, we're like, whoa, I can see which of the agreements I didn't follow there. I'm aware today. I'm more aware. And the more we practice, the more aware we can become. We won't be perfect, Bobs, but we get more aware. I'm ready to cry in a minute. I'm so grateful for awareness. You guys go have a wonderful day today. Be impeccable. Don't take things personal /pops. Don't make assumptions /pops. And do your best /pops. I'm doing my best. I'll give myself a lot of credit for that. No victim. No judge. I want to be a baby. I want to be just like a little kid. Have a great day, you guys. I'm going to scroll you out. I cannot wait for tomorrow. Sanum and Billy D and 100 people in Mushy. And Mr. Marmars, thanks for your honesty. Sammy P. Kimberly, Joe D's and Nick Charles, Cat Meowzilla, 100 People Watermelon, Michael Patterson, I don't know if it's a GTA or not, Watermelon, Mr. Marmars, Justin, Sanum, Bree, thank you for being here this morning, Jeremy Carpenter and Nurs and Gypsy, and Jesus Christ and Joe D's, and Watermelon and Kimberly and Pacers, and Mr. Marmars, we're saving each other's lives. Captain, the transition into fall has me in a little reflective in my emotions. I get it. The old leaves are falling away. Derek Anderson, my guy. Jesus Christ and Gypsy, thank you. Trenty, the Trenty Trenterson. Nippy and Mushy, love you too. Derek Anderson, Sammy P. Don Fike and Herbs. Exception, have a beautiful day. Joe G's, Bree, bless you. Jolie, there's my girl, Billy D. Laura, have a divine day. Notorious. Jesus Christ, Kimberly loves the Mush family. Oh, and me. I love her. Jesus and Derek Anderson and Watermelon and Captain Obvious. Michael Patterson, the breath is free. Treasure it, Shanti. Mr. Phillips, Jesus Christ and Kitty Catzilla. Sanum, Sue Little. Tessa's appreciating everybody. Jeremy Carpenter's painting a flat world. Justin and Mushmouth and HP. And Jesus Christ and Watermelon and Susu. Yeah, R.I.P. Jane Goodall. Saw that yesterday. Attenborough as well. David Attenborough. Lizzie the Wazzy Wazerton. Clean Grow. You know who? I act like a child when I'm around Waz. Did you guys know that? Waz brings out my inner child. Clean Grow, Jimmy Max, Mello, Tessa, Herbie, 100 People, Nick Charles, Captain, Mushy, and Mr. Marmars. Pops, peace, love. Be more aware. And when you make these failures, when you sin against yourself, which simply means missed the mark, go ahead and tell someone. It takes all the power and all the sting out of it, and it'll grow your awareness and perhaps theirs. Pops out.